One of Australia's most powerful unions has defended its decision to pay the personal legal bills of its national president. The Australian Workers' Union admits it paid about $45,000 to settle a defamation action started and then dropped by Labor power broker Bill Ludwig. The union says it views attacks on its officials as attacks on the union itself, even though in this case the suit related to Mr Ludwig's position as a Queensland racing industry official. With the union-funded brothel saga still gripping federal Parliament, the opposition says union members deserve a better account of union finances. John Taylor reports.
Bill Ludwig, Big Bill as he's known, for his height and the power he's wielded within the Labor movement for decades. He's a man widely considered a political kingmaker and breaker. But who foots the bill for Bill Ludwig's legal adventures? Queensland's Courier Mail today led with news that Bill Ludwig used union funds to pay for the cost of a personal legal dispute, accounting for almost $45,000.
Certainly in our union it wouldn't have happened, I can guarantee you that, and a number of other unions. So if I was an AWU member today, I'd be asking some questions.
We are very well positioned to represent you for any industrial issues that you may have. It's only a phone call and we will be there very quickly to assist.
Bill Ludwig is National President of the powerful Australian Workers' Union and in Queensland has been State Secretary for more than 2 decades. But his has been a powerful voice, listened to in Queensland and in Canberra.
I'm proud to be here and to call myself a friend of Bill Ludwig.
He was awarded an Order of Australia medal a decade ago for distinguished service to industrial relations, has held numerous positions within the ALP machine and has sat on boards. But it's his role as director of licensing body Racing Queensland that has put Bill Ludwig on the front page.
Bill Ludwig's a very good member of our board. Obviously, I mean that he's a fairly strong member of the government, but as far as we're concerned, I mean he's here for racing.
A strong member of the government?
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, he's a very strong member of the Labor Party.
In 2008, former Queensland Supreme Court judge and racing enthusiast Bill Carter was concerned about voting activities within Racing Queensland. He wrote to the Queensland Racing Minister about the issue.
The consequence was that Mr Ludwig sued me for defamation.
And how did he fare in that?
Well, just recently, only within very recent weeks, he's discontinued that and has had to pay my costs.
All right, delegates.
And these costs from a personal legal action were paid by the Australian Workers' Union. Bill Ludwig could not be contacted, but the AWU, in a statement, said, "The union has always viewed attacks on the officers of the union as attacks on the union itself, and it has been our long-standing policy to defend the integrity of the union through appropriate means. The action and associated costs referred to were approved by the executive of the Queensland branch in accordance with our rules before it was commenced."
Well, I'm sure that you can put a case up for any scenario. If I like racing and me are very, very good friends, trust me, not so much on the punt. But if I was on the same position, I wouldn't be putting my hand out to our members to pay for my legal bills. That'd be my position. I think it'd be a big stretch, to be honest.
Peter Simpson is an electrical trades union official, but has been expelled from the ALP for opposing rail privatisation in Queensland. He says union money should be spent on union business.
Now, it's like me if I was on the board of NASA. Is that tied up with ETU business? I suggest it's not.
The AWU wouldn't answer whether it has any other links with Racing Queensland aside from Bill Ludwig. South of the border, Federal Labor MP Craig Thomson is facing intense scrutiny over the use of a union credit card when he was National Secretary of the Health Services Union. The federal opposition says it all shows that union members deserve greater accountability of union finances.
If it's not directly related to your trade union activities, you've got to ask yourself the question, if this was put to a private ballot of the trade union membership, would they agree to their money being spent in this way?
We appreciate the nice, kind words you've said about our union. We're proud of it.
Despite being well into his 70s, Bill Ludwig is still considered a formidable presence in Labor circles, especially in Queensland. The state government there today was quick to point out that questions over his legal costs were none of its business.
The matter in question is not relevant to the operation of Racing Queensland or the integrity of Racing Queensland board. It's a matter between Mr Ludwig and the AWU. It's just the ongoing attack that you have on trade unions and also on Racing Queensland.
John Taylor reporting from Brisbane.